Welcome, Riddell Sports Network. I'm Dan. This is Dare.
Heyo.
Dave.
Malik Willis, next MVP, baby.
He could be the MVP of like the CFL, maybe. Oh, we're not starting there. All right. So NFL Week 1 just wrapped up, and we had some good, some bad, and some ugly. But we're going to talk first about the best. So we have 4 best and 4 worst of Week 1 of the NFL season. So the first best being Josh Allen started the Bills were down early and it was looking pretty ugly, but Josh Allen turned into what the Bills are going to need him to be all season. He ended with 232 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. And he had some rushing yards in there, which I'm not seeing at the moment. But he pulled the Bills out of the brink of disaster at home against the Cardinals, who nobody expects to do anything. And the Bills get the win. So thoughts on, obviously, Josh Allen?
Yeah, I don't know how he's going to sustain putting his team on his back like that, taking all those hits. But, I mean, this is the whole team. If he can't stay healthy, the team's going to just crumble. So,
yeah.
What do you think, Dave?
Yeah, he's definitely going to need a lot of wide receiver contributions. He definitely is. Hopefully, Keon Coleman, Shakir, hopefully they can step up. Yeah, he literally, like you said, he literally put him on his back and a lot of late down runs. He had some key runs, and he's just a beast. But yeah, he's definitely going to need these receivers when you play the big boys.
Yep. 9 carries for 39 yards and 2 touchdowns for the day. So, and thank you, ESPN Fantasy, for screwing me out of getting Josh Allen. So I appreciate it. Yeah, really, really great. Worst, Caleb Williams, a.k.a., ready for that? Superman. A lot of kryptonite on the field in Chicago this week, huh? Caleb Williams, the absolute legend, future Hall of Famer, in his first game had 93 passing yards, no touchdowns, no picks, and the Bears won.
I'm not ready to throw in the towel on him yet. And he's got the weapons. I think they'll be all right. You just got to get his feet wet. You know what I mean? I think he'll gradually get better. We can have this discussion in week 4 or 5, and then we can bomb him. But for now, I'm going to give him a pass for week 1.
Yeah, I agree. He couldn't get his receivers going, which led to not being able to get his running back going.
Best receiving core in the NFL.
Yeah, he just couldn't. But the defense picked him up. He's got the next game.
Really?
I got you next time.
Check us out on Thursday for our predictions, where I'll probably roast this bozo again. Superman. All right.
See his nails, by the way?
No, you told me about that.
Yeah, the Bears painted on his nails.
Yikes, dude. Yeah. They're going to be burning his jersey by end of week 3. All right. We have a best and a worst. And by looking at the score, you can know exactly where we're going. Best being the Saints, worst being the Panthers. This was the worst game of the week because the Saints got out early and just absolutely manhandled the Panthers. If you are Carolina at this point, do you not shop around any players who have any sort of value?
You absolutely do.
Is trading for Bryce Young the worst thing a franchise has done since picking Ryan Leaf over Peyton Manning? Like, you traded 2 first-round picks for this dude? Yikes. We're going to talk about Bryce Young a little bit later.
We'll be talking about him for the next 3 or 4 years, too. If he lasts that long. Maybe a couple more.
13 of 30 for $161 and 2 picks. And Derek Carr finally showed up. I've been waiting for this guy. 19 of 23 for 203 touchdowns. He almost had the elusive same amount of incompletions as touchdown passes, which is hard to do. Poor Miles Sanders, 5 carries for 22 yards. Thoughts on this?
Yeah, he was. Derek Carr was throwing dimes out there. Holy shit, they were having fun. That whole game, it was nuts.
Yeah, Carr looked good, but I'm not buying too much into it. You're beating up on the Panthers like everybody except for whoever I picked this week to beat them. I mean, for them to win. But yeah, I mean, I don't buy into this much. Carr
that
looked
hasn't
good.
happened yet.
Yeah. Oh, we haven't picked it yet?
Well, he could have picked it. He could have picked it in his own life.
I'm going to pick it in the future.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot. I even forgot who it was. Oh, it was the Chargers.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good. All right, next we're going to talk about Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield, possibly the most impressive quarterback of the weekend. 289 passing yards and 4 touchdowns in the win over the Commanders. So thoughts on this is a Baker house. We love Baker. So we'll start with Dare.
Yeah, we like his grit. He's always fighting to win every time. This is the best game he's had in his whole career. And if you're a Browns fan, you're like, damn, we should have kept him, huh? Whoops.
What a joke of the Browns. The dude brings you to the playoffs and the next year he's out the door.
Yeah.
Smart.
Crazy.
But I bet Baker's loving that.
Yeah.
He gets to live in Florida versus Ohio.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he was crisp right out the gate.
Yeah.
And they look good on all sides of the ball. They're going to be trouble. They definitely are. I know it was only Commanders they beat up on, but there's
the vibe where you're like, okay, here we go.
I feel it.
But they got hammered by Jacoby Brissett and the horrible New England Patriots. So this one was a stunner. They had many chances, turned the ball over a couple times in the Patriots end zone or in the Patriots territory. It was a rough return for Joe Burrow.
I didn't think I'd be saying it, but they're definitely missing Mixon.
Yeah.
With Chase going through what he's going through with his contract and all that crap. I mean, they're going to be in trouble until they settle this. They're going to have to figure it out.
Yeah, when they look over to the Texans and see how good Mixon did,
yeah,
it's like, damn, we should have kept that guy. Is Burrow injured? Is he going to blame it on an injury again?
He's not injured.
I know, but it seems like every time he plays bad, it's like, oh, this hurts.
When I look down and seen their backup wide receivers, and I was like, yeah, it's over. I seen they were all white dudes. Yeah,
they got two.
I said it's over.
Come on, Charlie Jones is decent. He fumbled though in Patriots territory. It was a brutal game, but.
And this doesn't look good for them next week. They got the Chiefs, so it's like now we're gonna start 0-2. It's like
be another waxing.
I mean,
they'll be fine.
Anything could happen.
No, trust me. All right, best. This one is mine personally. The Jags defense completely shut out they got 7 points in the first half, but the Jags defense owned the Dolphins in the first half, with the exception of 2 very big plays. The Jags completely shut down the Dolphins. Now, there was a 60-plus yarder to Jalen Waddle. A 60-plus yard pass, and they allowed no points during that drive. When does that ever happen? So the other one was the 80-yard touchdown. It was bad. Directly after the ETN fumble, the next play was an 80-yard touchdown to Tyreek Hill. So convicted felon Tyreek Hill. We'll talk about that later.
Allegedly.
Yeah, until we saw the body cam, we know his bitch ass was lying. Speaking of lying, whoops, I put Lions Rams under the worst, but that goes under the best.
I was confused. I was going to ask you about.
Yeah, that was my fault. Lions versus Rams, I would say, was the best game of the weekend. You guys, maybe Ravens Chiefs. What was your top game of the weekend?
I think Lions Rams are definitely up there. Jamison Williams from where the hell did this guy come from? St. Brown's a no-show. This guy really showed out. Alabama, or was it Alabama?
Yeah.
Seen him in the post game.
No.
He got the game ball.
Did he?
And he was happy as hell. You think he just won $1 billion? He was happy as all hell.
Well, most of last season he was out because of gambling on basketball on his phone in the facility. In the Lions facility, he got caught gambling. I know he got suspended for like 9 games or something. 7 games.
Wait, is that? I thought you just couldn't bet on your own sport.
Yeah, I guess apparently.
What the hell?
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, Rams went up a couple notches in my book because they definitely got my respect.
Even with their star receiver down, they still hung right in there.
Yeah, this was a great game. 2 teams you're definitely going to see all year and definitely going to see it deep in the playoffs. But Rams definitely went up a couple notches.
Yeah, they look real good. And big Cooper Kupp with 14 snags for $110. Oh boy,
that little bastard. He's all over the place.
Did you ever see the video where they show Cooper Kupp's drills, like how quick his feet move? It's insane.
Yeah, somebody.
Second?
Yeah, because I was going to get him and he disappeared quick.
Yeah, I snagged him. I picked him in like the 3rd or 4th round, I thought.
Had to be a 2nd or 3rd because I had him. I had the back-to-back
Maybe
picks. Yeah,
3rd, yeah. But yeah.
he can't.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I mean, 3.4 points.
Welcome to Fantasy Talk.
Yeah.
Our fantasy football teams nobody cares about.
Yeah, well, too bad. All right. After week 1, which teams do you have eliminated? Like, is there a team, obviously, other than the Panthers? Is there any teams that you're just like, okay, I'm
the
done
way
with
their
them for the
team
year?
looks, are they done?
Yeah.
I'm going to obviously have to go with the Giants. They didn't make a quarterback change. They did get a receiver, but that quarterback is not taking them to the playoffs.
I mean, you can go with the obvious easy ones. I'm going with the Cleveland Browns are not making the playoffs.
That's a good
No,
one.
hell no.
Actually,
Oh
you
my
can't
God.
change. You already put them in the playoffs.
I know I did.
Can't
but I'm
change
saying
now.
After what I seen, oh my God. Yeah, they're done. They're not making the playoffs.
No, and in that division, I mean, the Steelers right now are the only team with a win. But in that division, the Browns are looking rough. And the 17 is a bit startling, but giving up 33, they relied on that defense last year. That was a top defense. So the team that I think, I hate to say it, but the team that I think is done after week 1 is Tennessee. That was embarrassing.
It was.
But the thing with it's hard because the first half was so much different. They just completely crapped out. If let me ask you this, Dare. Is there a quarterback that you could put on the Giants where they would be in the playoffs this year? The only thing you swap is the quarterback.
I think Josh Allen, obviously, right? Josh Allen could carry your team.
Could he carry that team?
Maybe.
And Brock Purdy, maybe?
Yeah, right.
Like, honestly, if you didn't change coaches and you just put Patrick Mahomes on the Giants.
We can piggyback this into our other one about Jones. I mean, no way. You were junk last year. Your team's junk. You got one receiver, okay running back. You gave away your only stud that actually won you games. What, Giants fans, what makes you think you were going to win games this year? If my team sucks, guess what? I'm going in the season knowing my team sucks. If they sucked last year, they got nobody. Guess what? You're going to suck this year. Daniel Jones ain't going to just wake up and be Patrick Mahomes in his prime, you know what I mean? Or be Lamar Jackson or something. No, he's a decent quarterback, but your team is junk. Don't put it all on the one guy. It makes no sense.
I completely agree, but I don't think Mahomes, peak Mahomes.
No.
Even if you put Mahomes and Kelsey over, I don't think there's any shot.
Oh, the team's junk.
No, you're getting hammered. But yeah, it's just 6 points offensively.
Are you going to beat the Commanders? Maybe teams like that. Okay,
they do play the Panthers this year.
So you might get one win.
Who's your team to beat other than the Cowboys and Chiefs after week 1?
I mean, obviously the Lions, but
yeah.
But the Rams, I'm telling you, Rams, not to be all on them right now, but they earned a lot of respect for me. They looked really, really good.
Bears, definitely Bears, probably be great.
Right, 49ers.
Do you think the 49ers, absolutely. Do you think the Packers can hold on long enough to make a difference when Love comes back?
No, with this scrub, they're going 1-5, 1-6, 1-7, 2-7.
He's out 3 to 6 weeks,
yeah.
so
if he's out
could
6, they're 1-6, 1-5.
If Malik Willis comes in and looks halfway decent, then you just paid Jordan Love for.
And the only thing that scared me was the line wasn't open in holes for Jacobs, or Jacobs isn't the runner that they thought he was, because they had him on lock. The rookie, I can't think of his name, but the rookie was running all over him, and then they put Jacobs back in. Yeah, they're in trouble.
Speaking of, we'll go right into the news. Jordan Love injured in final moments of week 1 game, out 3 to 6 weeks. As we said, Malik Willis going to be starting quarterback. So it was like the second to last play of the game. And I'm like, oh, this is bullshit, because they didn't have any timeout. So I thought it was a gimmick.
Yeah.
So that they could bring in a guy just to throw it towards the end zone.
Did you see the replay of his knee pop sideways? I thought it was just ankle, and then his knee kind of hauled out.
3 to 6 weeks is a blessing.
Yeah, then
honestly.
you come back at 6 weeks and you're not even right. You know what I mean? That's not even guaranteeing you're right after 6.
Rough.
Forget the guy that made the tackle, but he was getting death threats because he tackled Jordan Love and injured him. He posted his DMs from just random fans. I mean, the most savage thing you could think of, people were saying.
That's insane.
Yeah. It's like he didn't mean to do it. He's trying to make a play.
What?
People are freaking crazy.
Was it from Brazilian fans?
I think so.
McCaffrey, Jordan Mason knew he was a starter since Friday. Coach Shanahan says he never told him that, but McCaffrey's out. We don't know how long at this point, possibly just the week. But anyways,
yeah, no,
the
I saw
guy
this.
balled out. So
I saw this after interview, and once he said that, I'm like, oh, he messed up.
Yeah.
He wasn't supposed to say that because for fantasy owners, people go nuts.
Yeah, and betting wise too.
Betting, yeah.
Yeah, he is nasty though. Undrafted.
Oh, yeah.
He went over 140, 150.
Thing is, Elijah Mitchell looked just the same when he came in for McCaffrey, so it's pretty much
what a top offensive line will do for you.
right.
Because that's the difference, right? We just talked about Saquon. But when McCaffrey's a step above these other guys, so he looks even better.
Yeah.
But Tyreek Hill arrested prior to Sunday's game, and in his press conference about it, he played the victim, of course, because why wouldn't you? He has, quote, no idea why he was arrested. He wasn't disrespectful, he says. And the body cam footage released, which shows him knowing why he was pulled over, knowing why he was arrested.
Running his mouth as soon as the cop came up.
Why are you knocking on my window? Because you had your fucking window up, asshole. What do you mean? Too late. It's live. Too late. But that's like, is he that dense to where he doesn't know the body cam footage is going to be released?
That's the new world. You can do whatever you want, bitch about it, blame it on somebody else, and then it's the other person's fault. This poor guy's home on leave right now, probably going to lose his job. All you had to do, bro, was comply. That's it. He would have handed his license, insurance card, registration. Dude would have been out there in 10 minutes. Yeah. All done. Here's your ticket. And I know with your salary, you don't care about a $50 ticket.
No. People always like to do the race thing, right? But here's the fact of the matter. When I was growing up and first got my car, people like you, Dennis, Dad, told me, don't resist, because your night is going to be way worse. That we were told top down.
You think I ain't been
people who went through it? Yeah,
I've been hemmed up. Yeah. I tried that pulling away from a cop. Yeah, okay, right down on my face.
Yeah, because the thing is, he's going to call his buddies to come hem you up too. So.
Yeah. And did you see the other guy that pulled up and he had the camera and he's talking to somebody on the phone? Yeah. He's like, "Yo, they over here beating up Tyreek. Yo, hurry up, you gotta get down here." Come on, man. Unreal. They didn't even beat the dude up. They laid him down.
I think it escalated a little quickly. You guys disagree, but I think it...
Yeah, but you're in a car with tinted windows. He didn't know who he was.
We disagree, but it seems like from "don't touch my window" to "on the ground" was...
But he did tell him 4 times. And then he was like, "You know what? To hell with this." He was like, "Get out the car." And then, of course, he didn't listen.
Yeah.
And then he starts pulling him out the car, and he's like, "Yo, man, I was getting out of the car." "No, you weren't. You're still pulling away from me."
It all escalated once he rolled the tinted windows back up, because that's the point. Yes, that is the point where it's dangerous for the cop.
Yeah, what if he's got an Uzi sitting on his lap?
Yeah, it's a good point.
You go on TikTok, you watch it all the time. Dude's sitting there with a gun.
Then he wastes the cop, but he's spraying bullets, and your wife and 2 kids are on the sidewalk across the street, and they get hosed down too.
Innocent until proven guilty. You gotta.
He was guilty.
I'm just saying, with the gun thing.
And he said reckless, and he didn't have a license. Yeah. Did you see that? No, I don't know if it wasn't on him, but they said he didn't have a license.
Oh, all this would have been
about that. I was speeding. Here's my everything. We're good to go.
That's a great point.
My name's Tyreek Hill. I am a wide receiver for the Dolphins, and I was speeding because I have to get to my game. Would you mind if we hurried this along so that I can get there on time? All done.
probably would have sent him on his way.
He wouldn't have given him a ticket.
Yeah. That's a good point.
But when he's disrespectful off the jump, why are you knocking on my window? Well, I'm sure Tyreek Hill has been pulled over before. So keeping your window up is an issue.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And then to play the victim is absolute bananas.
Not surprising, though.
No. It's self-entitled, rich just rich, pompous, nobody can touch me. I'm a wide receiver jackass.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the thing, right? Regardless of what your job is, when you're rich, you think you can just get away with anything. Like a CEO of probably Amazon would be like, "Get away from me, peasant." Like,
I wish he would have
attitude.
tased his ass.
Yeah.
I'd have been rolling.
Yeah.
He'd pull out a taser and tased his ass.
I bet if he goes back, he would have.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I'm going to lose my job anyways for a traffic stop. Daniel Jones, speaking of losing his job, Daniel Jones, Giants fans seen burning his jersey on social media. Now, was it that jersey? Because I can understand if it was. If they were burning this jersey, it wasn't even about Daniel Jones.
Yeah. About that ugly ass jersey.
Thoughts on this from a...
I don't know. We talked about this before. I mean, your team sucked. Your team still sucks. Not going to get any better. Daniel Jones isn't a bad quarterback. Everybody can hate me in the comments, but he's a decent quarterback. He's not a stud, and he's not Malik Willis, and he's not Patrick Mahomes, but he'd fallen just like Sam Darnold. You put him in any good situation or a decent situation, send him to Pittsburgh. Everybody in this on here will shut their mouth because it's over. Send him to Pittsburgh. Watch what happens. Not Super Bowl. Wow. Not Super Bowl. You send him. I don't know.
That defense is
hot take.
Guarantee 100% they win a playoff game.